Hi, thanks for joining me in another video. In today's video, let's talk about how we can help the students improve their sentence synthesis scores. My name is Darren, and I'm the English tutor from EnglishTuition.org. Now, the sentence synthesis component is a component that gives a total of 10 marks. There are 5 questions in this section, and each question gives 2 marks. And sometimes students come and ask me, why is it that I can't do well for the sentence synthesis section? They cannot figure out why they do poorly when they do better at other sections of the examination paper. Now, I'm the first to admit, right, the sentence synthesis component is a rather challenging component because it involves numerous skills. Students have to apply grammar rules. Now, when they try to combine two sentences together into different sentences using the connector that is given to them, sometimes they forget to apply new grammar rules because now the nouns are different, right? And the structure of the sentence is different. So new rules apply and they forget. So this in itself is a challenging activity, right? And on top of that, many students tend to make very careless mistakes. So when they copy certain words from the question, they leave out one S here, one comma here, one punctuation there, and then that is costing them marks. And teachers in local schools have the habit of being very strict in their marking. In other words, just for a very tiny mistake, the student will lose the entire 2 marks for that question. So there's no such thing as getting leniency marks, oh, I only missed out one S, can I get 1 mark instead of getting 0? There's no such thing, and teachers have very good reason for doing that. They do not want the students to develop bad habits when it comes to grammar. And the very first tip that I have for you here, right, so it's quite obvious that if you want to do well for sentence synthesis, you cannot afford to be careless. If you're careless, you're just throwing your marks down the drain and just wasting your own time, right? So when you copy the words, make sure that you copy the correct spelling, and make sure that you apply the new grammar rules when you change the sentence structure and work with the new connectors. So if you can do that and you are more careful and don't make any grammar and spelling mistakes and make sure that all your punctuation is perfect, then you will start to see that you will make progress, right? So the second tip that I have for you is to go through the grammar rules for all the topics. Now, there are certain topics in sentence synthesis that are considered to be more difficult, right? For example, word forms, a very challenging one. As if you are in primary 5, you know what I mean, right? And passive to active voice, students tend to forget the rules, and reported speech, right? These are the topics that students tend to struggle in, right? Struggle with. And but when doing the revision, make sure that you go through all the simpler topics as well. Don't skip them, because I find that after a while, many students forget about the pitfalls for these easier topics. So the assumption is that, I already know this topic, so I don't need to study. And if it comes out in the exam, I am very confident, 100% confident that I will score for this particular topic. But that is being overconfident, because for my experience, students tend to forget, right, the rules if they do not practice enough. Okay, and they think that they can score well, right? But the reality is that many of them actually have forgotten such, because they are so simple that they don't make the effort to commit these rules in their memory. All right. And the third tip I have for you here is, once you have written the answer in your answer booklet, make sure that you check the meanings with the meanings that are given in the question. So this can apply to simple questions that test on sequence, for example, before as the connector, or until, since. These are considerably simple connectors, but it is also very easy to get wrongs, because if you don't check the meaning, then sometimes the meaning itself changes. So even if you get perfect grammar with incorrect meaning, the answer is considered wrong. So the meaning cannot be changed. So make sure you reread the answers and check that, besides all the grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, make sure you check that the meanings are correct. And just to sum up this video, right, again, remember to check your grammar and spelling mistakes, right? Make sure that everything is in tip-top condition, top-notch, no mistakes whatsoever, 0 mistakes, then only you can lay claim to the marks. But some students may argue, right, so if sentence synthesis is just 10 marks and it requires such so much effort to try and master the topics. Why not we just give up on this section together? After all, it's just 10 marks. And my advice for these students would be that don't give up on sentence synthesis just because the section is difficult and presents some hard to master, hard to overcome challenges. Because being able to do well in sentence synthesis gives a student a very strong foundation to progress on to more advanced language work. So you may find that if you have trouble in sentence synthesis, because I teach secondary school students as well, and I find that usually sometimes when they make grammar mistake, it's because they have not mastered certain topics in their primary school days, and it comes from mastering the topics in sentence synthesis. So what are what's the difference between certain connectors, right? What are the grammar rules when we work with more complex sentence structures? So these are the things that builds up the foundation of the student. So don't skip or don't give up on sentence synthesis itself. Put in the effort, work hard, master it, and I think you will have an easier time when you go to secondary school. Alright, that's all I have for you in this video. Hope that you find something useful from it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit it, thumbs down. If you like to see future videos just like this one, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have like a total of 3 subscribers, right? One is myself. So subscribe to the channel, right? Or you can follow me on my Facebook page. I'll leave the link somewhere in the this video description below. And I'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye.